What's going on, everyone? It's JD Asajan, another episode of FortuneBuilders.tv, and we're going to talk about foundations again today. We're actually at one of our projects right now, standing underneath the house, underneath the deck, and what we're going to talk about today is big holes. That's right, big holes, caissons specifically, and we're going to talk about what it takes to support some of these foundation repairs that you'll come across in the field. Now, this isn't a beginner project here. This has some difficulties with the foundation that we're going to be repairing. Why don't you come in a little tighter, Craig, my man behind the camera, and let's show people what we're talking about here. Understand that with a lot of things in real estate and renovations, there's always multiple ways to fix something. What Craig's showing you right now is a big hole. And what that hole is going to have in it is a massive amount of metal, which is rebar that they bend and form per an engineer's request, and they're going to basically build a cage out of metal. They're going to form it up with wood. They're going to bring this thing up to about the middle point of this wall, and what that's called is a caisson. And a caisson can be built a lot of different ways to support lateral and vertical movement of like retaining walls, building a deck off of it. I mean, without getting into like a scientific experiment here and describing it, that's basically what it does. And to give you an idea of the depth of this hole, I'm going to jump down in here, and Craig, if you lose me, tell my mom and my wife that I love them. So, you know, I'm 6'2", so this gives you an idea of how big this hole is. It's like a 10-foot hole. Seriously, I am actually 6 foot. I lied. But to give you an idea of the depth, and this is off of an engineer's recommendation, right? This isn't me messing with pi in the office and formulating my own calculations. This is using professionals and determining the depth that this needs to be, which right now, to daylight at the bottom of this hole, we're like at 6 feet, which means from the bottom of this hole to where the top of the grade, we're at 6 feet. Now, honestly, that needs to go a little bit deeper. The reason being is, the reason we're digging this hole is we need to get down to good dirt material, because these existing caissons were here, we didn't build them, and we need to know that what we build is to basically to an engineer's specification. So what they look at is the color difference in the formation of the color difference in the dirt. And basically what you'll see is this top layer is what they call fill. So it's not good solid dirt to root your footings in. So you got to get down to what they call formational material, which happens to be right at this mark right here where the color changes. That means that this dirt below this mark is what they call formational material, and it's good solid dirt that you can anchor your footings into for your new caissons. And by we actually have to go down a little bit deeper. We'd drop metal down into that portion. We'd pour all of this with concrete, and then we anchor that caisson down into this really good dirt. We bring it all the way up, and then we re-support this retaining wall that's moving a little bit. We're going to re-support it with the new caissons, and we're actually going to tie the new caissons into these existing ones, and we're going to have this superstructure down here, which might be featured on an episode of Modern Marvels. But what it's going to do is it's going to make this application, this retaining wall, and the existing caissons like rock solid. They're not going to go anywhere for a long, long time. And that's all done with an engineer, a great contractor who I tried to get on camera today, but Josh got a little bit shy. That's okay. He's probably working out over in the corner doing push-ups. The guy's built like a tank. But that's foundation. This isn't Foundation 101. This is like advanced foundation education here, right?
Deal or no deal?
What I want to talk about is job site safety, right? Digging holes like this and going down as low as we are can be dangerous. So not having the right licensed contractors and the right equipment and then the right safety equipment, meaning, you know, when they're down in this hole, they have to make sure that these existing caissons are not going to move when they're down here digging, and that means re-supporting them like they've done right here. So safety on the job site, bad safety on the job site, no deal.
No deal.
Good safety on the job site is absolutely mandatory. So that's why you need to work with like licensed, mature grown-up adult contractors. And pan over to Josh over there and we'll show you what a licensed, mature grown-up adult contractor looks like. Right, he was doing push-ups on the corner over there. So job site safety is definitely important on your when you're doing foundations, any kind of work. Right, the last thing I want to talk about is our quote of the week.
Quote of the week.
Today's start of the week comes from our very own Craig Tortorisi, who happens to be behind the camera right now. And There he is. And what Craig likes to say is, and first time he made a call to put a property under contract, he used the quote, "Is there enough meat on the bone?" Now, what does that mean? Well, enough meat on the bone means enough profit in the deal to be able to take on a project like this and do the proper renovation, spend the money to do it right, and still make money at the end of the day. So your projects have to have enough meat on the bone for you to be able to tackle a project like this, because this kind of work is not cheap, right? So make sure that your deals have enough meat on the bone. Go to the Suggest a Show segment of this website. Tell us what you want to learn more about. Tell us if you want to learn more about how to dig a deep hole, and we'll show you how to do that, right? This website's for you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next show.